Oh, wow. Welcome back to Monteith, Iowa, and the Own the Map playthrough. And boy, it's coming down out here. Did I get rid of a bunch of stuff? I was going to drive the truck. I sold the truck, didn't I? Oh, joy. Silly Chris. So we're hiding in the barn right now, staying out of the rain. We got to put our equipment away at some point. And this is bigger than I remember. So yeah, let's start putting some things away. Hopefully the weather clears up enough for us to be able to get these fields planted. We got lime on all of them, but we need to get an upgraded tractor and a new planter. And my taste for equipment might cause this spending spree to not last very long. Let's see if we can pull the auger wagon in here with the John Deere. It should be powerful enough just to pull it while it's empty. Just get it under cover. I think we're gonna have to maybe call an Uber or something to get to the dealership. All right, we discussed this on a live stream. What we are gonna go with is the, oh no, I forget which one we picked. We picked the 9R. We're gonna set it up for the US style. And I think on the front, let's add the weight just to have it. And we're gonna go ahead, might as well go with the big boy. We will do the 3-point hookup on the back. Wheel setup, let's see, what are our options here? Wheel weights might be helpful. I think we're gonna go with the wide tires and the wheel weights. We're just getting up there, almost $500,000 here. And the engine, I think we might end up upgrading this later, but 485. Let's see if that's going to be enough. And the decision was made on that stream to go with the Kenzie, since the Kenzie does have the fertilizer option, seed option, and looking here, no previous cultivating or plowing is necessary. So we know we're going to get that. 350 horsepower is the requirement. So the thought process on the 9R was we don't necessarily need it yet, but we will eventually. So we figured might as well spend the big money while we have it, and that puts us down to $180,000. We did work out a deal, spending $700,000 or more. How much did we actually spend? Let's see, $742,000. They threw in some fertilizer and seed to get us started, so we'll buy some more liquid fertilizer when we need it, and some seed as well. No idea how far this is going to last us or how long it's going to last us, but I do want to get this rainstorm out of the way before we start planting. And looking at the fields, I think we're gonna we'll go to the far north. We'll start with field 9. I think we're gonna do a mixture this time around. Let's say fields 9, 7, and 8 are gonna be corn, and we'll do 5 and 6 soybeans. Let's get started by focusing on 7, 8, and 9. Oh, is the seeder this planter gonna work down there? Oh. Well, we have the old one. We haven't sold it yet. So we might have to pull that out to do the tough areas, but I am gonna probably get rid of all of the fences, so that could help. I don't necessarily, where I live, we don't have these fences, and we own all this property, so we're not trying to keep ourselves out of it, so we'll see as we go here. But let's head all the way up to this north field here, field number 9, and hopefully there's a field entrance. It looks like there is a little dirt road. And we were talking about getting cattle. Now that we have this extra cash, we're gonna need property though to cut grass, and unless we just bought feed, which I don't necessarily think is the wisest idea. But this should be fun. Big equipment. It shouldn't be too difficult, or shouldn't take much time at all to plant in a field like this. Let's set it to 1 headland, and then I probably want to change the direction. All right, so we should be locked in now. Get the Kenzie filed. I can't plant till March. I just looked. Can't be planted. I just looked at the calendar and it said it could. Okay, so April and May it is. And we have made it April. So we can finally get started by putting some corn in the ground for the first time on Monteith. Looking pretty good so far. So able to pull it, no issues. This width is beautiful for the size of fields we have. I don't know if we can go much larger than this. With the tree line, I think I am going to, I guess we'll do the headland last. We'll try to just wrap around and turn around in the field. But yeah, I think it's time to get focused. Try to crank this out. Well, that's one field down. The fertilizer's going a lot faster than the seed, you can see. So that would be the first product we need to buy, but we're gonna use it till we run out. We'll keep plugging along here. I think we'll lift. No reason to fold it. Let's get off the field as much as we can. I think we're gonna head over to field 8 here next. And then we'll make our way to the bigger field of field 7. Oh, we missed a little bit. We'll get it later. Interesting shaped fields, but these aren't too big, especially with this type of equipment. So it's pretty quick going on these tasks, and we can clean up what we missed later on. But yeah, let's get this second field done. And the time has come. The time has come. These are going away. Just, did get a good comment saying, that we own all the fields. There's no reason to separate them. I do get it. But where I'm from, there's no fences. We don't have any cattle to keep in line here. So this is just, it honestly would just make our job harder to have the fences. They're gorgeous. It looks great, but there go bye-bye. That back fence there can stay, but this is a decent area that we could cut for grass for the cattle that we want to get. Good to know. And then, yeah, up to that one is where we're going to go on this direction. All right, should make our lives a lot easier. And back at it. This planter seems to be broken. We've only used 5% of our seed. I guess 4,000 is a ton of seed, but I don't know. It seems broken to me, but we're not going to complain because we have plenty of seed. Fertilizer is going down quick, but one more field to go of corn. And man, we're flying with this good equipment. The right size equipment, it makes life pretty easy. Yeah, so we're going to be decreasing our income on corn. It might be a mistake when it's all said and done. Yeah, we might regret it. And we'll learn. We're learning. We're using this first year of planting our own crops to learn. I just didn't want to do one crop type. I felt like it would be better for the series to mix it up and for my sanity. But we're going to stick with the soybeans and corn that are very common in this part of Iowa. Well, in most of Iowa, if not all of Iowa. All right, just about, and there we are, running out of fertilizer. Let's go ahead and shut this off. And we have no other means to get fertilizer here other than driving this all the way to the store. So I think that's what we're going to do instead of doing this drop-offs. I think it would be more realistic to just go pick it up. Trying to do a little bit better with that. I do want to get some equipment. We need to get probably a low loader or some type of flatbed with the semi so we can pick things up like that. And probably we'll get a telehandler or a skid steer or something at that sales location of the dealership so that we can load things on the flatbed. But I don't know what I want to do with all my money yet, so I don't want to buy it. Not yet. Because it would be nice to bring home some extra, especially seeing that we're not going through seed at all, really. 9% of what we got with the seeder is what we used on those 3 fields, and we're almost done with that third one. Oh, we're driving straight here. Let's take a look and see our progress. Yeah, so you can see just this little area to finish. And then we have all of 6 and 5 to do with the soybeans still. Planter. I keep calling this seeder. And its capacity here doesn't say. I don't want to buy too much. I don't remember what it said. Just appreciate the colors of this freaking grass here. We have the dark green underneath and the tips of it turning a little yellowish. All right, I don't know what color. It's not yellow, but you know what I mean. Wow, that's gorgeous. Realism right there, man. All right, so let's do the smart thing. Are these real? No way. No way they're real. What are you doing over here? They put you in the shrubs over here? That's sad. Super strength. Okay, distracted. All right, so we're gonna do the smart thing. We're gonna come over here. We're gonna buy 1 container of liquid fertilizer, and we're gonna see how much that costs. Why is it? This is the sales place, right? All right, so we need liquid, which is 3,200 each, and gives us 2,000. And we'll hop in here and fill this up and see what percentage it gives us to be able to back it right up to it. Is that close enough? It's not. We failed. Let's just jackknife it on over there. There we go, it opened up. Okay, so that's gonna be about, what, 75%, 70%? Yeah, let's buy 1 more. Should we finance it for 2 years? Hey, why are you over there now? There we go. So we'll have a little bit to come back and get, but we should only need, if we need to buy another one, we only need to buy one, because that'll be close to, that will be enough to fill it up completely if we buy just one. Alrighty. Let's get back, finish the corn, and get this thing all reconfigured for soybeans. School buses. Kids got to get to school. They're a little late. It's 10 o'clock already. It seems that the only time we're really going to need the multiple days per month is probably going to be while we're harvesting, but it's nice to have them either way. Check the used market. Just got to get a good habit of that going. Nothing we need right now. Yeah, that's not going to help us. Be nice and cattle ranch. I'm glad we're in April because it was turning into a nasty March when it came to weather. A couple specs that we missed, but we're gonna live with it and say we're done with corn here. We gotta find a new home for our harvester too. And I think I kind of want to do the big field last. So we're gonna head on over to 6. So maybe we do need to fold this up, but actually I'm gonna take some time and get rid of these fences. I'll be back. We're gonna keep in mind that we do need money for a bean header, and that's gonna be the biggest purchase coming up. So figuring out how to afford that, we might have to lease it for the first year, which we didn't say there's anything against that in the rules. I don't remember. And you know what? I'm kind of over rules at this point. Let's just play and have fun. All right, so this is the best idea I had for doing this part of the field, is just backing up there like that, and then just doing this whole pass. And then we'll come back and get the rest of this little tiny skinny area. But yeah, this shouldn't take long at all to do this field. It's that one that's gonna be the time suck, which it's only 11 o'clock on the first day of April. We're solid. I gotta see this. What are we stuck on? Is this a tree? Oh, look at that right there. Oh, okay, we need to do some maintenance here. Let's go to the store. We need a chainsaw. Hello? That was weird. Okay, so let's get this chainsaw out, and we're gonna go like this. Right there. Got that cleaned up. Anything else right here? That's just too close to the field. That one's gotta go. I think this one's gotta go too. We don't want these shrubs stealing nutrition from the soybeans. All right, so we'll get relined up there, a little mess up, but we should be good to continue on our merry way. Another one that we missed, it just came back. Okay, hopefully that's it. And if there's more down here on this pass, we'll get those taken care of as well. Okay, so that took care of this whole bottom area. Just one up and down there. So just a little area. Let's open the map bigger so you can see. Yeah, that cut out to the top, the north there. That's all we have left. You can kind of see it coming in now. Man, the right equipment. Stuff doesn't take time at all. Just keep plugging away. All right, we need to head back to the store. We just got this field finished. We have 38% left in the fertilizer, so we will go fill up and buy one more so that we can do the big field. And it's only noon. I think we've done pretty good. So the things left to do on these fields is going to be the second application of fertilizer, which we'll have to do in May or beyond. May will be ideal for it. And we have to do some herbicide. So I think what we'll do is April 2nd, we'll get the sprayer purchased and buy a bunch of herbicide and get these fields sprayed. I don't think I want to do this with a hoe. I think it's more wise on fields this size to use the chemicals. Gross chemicals. That's funny. It's one of those rare times in game that's the same time in real life for me. That's hilarious. Random thoughts with socks way up. This one's gonna get us close. That's too bad. We'll have to spend a little bit more cash. All very important stuff that we need to be successful. So this money, I mean, we're at 167 now. Got to buy the sprayer, got to buy some more chemicals. I think we have enough money, but we, I don't want to make any more decisions on what we're buying yet until we actually need something. And I think another grain cart would be nice. So I don't think we'll run out of seed. We've been doing pretty good with that. And it looks like, what did they plant over here? Alfalfa. Okay, 1.3 million. We're going to need that eventually, and hopefully that stays alfalfa. I'm going to go to the end of the field here. I think, oh, there's not. We're just going to drive in the little ditch area here. But I am going to start on the far side and work my way back. Yeah, it's a big boy. But I'm thinking we might want to sneak the herbicide in this day if we can, because I kind of want to hold on to April 2nd to do some sowing contracts. I think that would be wise. But this should be a good field to do soybeans in. Be interesting to see how we fare financially this time around, being that we're not just doing corn. Even though we have the corn dryer, it probably would be in our best interest to just do corn. I wanted to mix it up, especially for the soil, kind of simulating that we're rotating, and we can start rotating and swapping what we're planting where moving forward. I think it's wise. Let's see how long this seed lasts us. I am going to do the headlands. It just makes it easier for me. Yeah, being that it's a direct drill, we don't want to accidentally plant in the cornfield right there. So that was my reason for doing the headlands, and I didn't trust myself to not turn around and go all the way over there because I don't lift, guys. I don't lift unless I have to. And the headland's done. And it's got me thinking, like, realistically, people that know this size of fields, how many days of planting in real life would this be? I don't feel like we would be able to start at 8 like we did and be, pushing probably, 4 o'clock when we're done? That seems crazy fast. But we're focused. We're laser focused to get this done in one day. Well, this field was completely underestimated by me. We're going to go get the rest of that fertilizer we have. I think it's going to be enough. We'll see what the percentage is when we get it before we buy another one. To be honest, we might as well just buy another one. We got to do that second application, and we can always unload it. Yeah, we're going to go through a lot of money. Got to spend money to make money, which is completely fine. All right, we got that purchase. We'll go get it filled up and then finish that field. This is a fun way to play the game. I like it. Yeah, good amount here. Got us to 50%. I don't think this will completely top it off. It'll come close. But we should be good to finish the field at least. Crank it around there. There we go. Should be able to grab all 2,000 of this, I believe. No, we won't. But that's good. So many horses in here. Almost sounds electric. Quite the hum of the engine. Yeah, time to finish. About 5 more passes. We did miss a little specks like that, but on a field this size, even I am not willing to go back and find them all. Usually, if you followed the channel for the last few years, you know I usually do, but I think we'll be fine losing a liter or two there. Let's get it done. Yeah, we got it done. It's barely 3 o'clock. Pretty quick day here. Today we need to get the sprayer so we can put some herbicide on all of our fields. And it'll be super interesting to see how much herbicide we go through on all 5 of these fields. We're gonna try to get quickly to harvest because we gotta get through a lot of years in this playthrough. In today's episode, we're gonna get multiple types of spraying done. We're gonna do the herbicide, and then in May, we'll be able to put the second application of fertilizer on all the fields that need it. And I think it is all 3. And yeah, we're keeping an eye on this alfalfa field. Once we have enough money, we'll definitely buy that. But we have some other things we might do today and use the rest of this money. And here we are with the new setup. Let's see, I believe it holds over 4,000 liters, so I bought 6,000, and we'll come back for more. We still haven't decided on any type of trailer for bringing the goods home, but we will get that eventually. Really want to get through this next year before we start buying things that we don't necessarily aren't requirements. Like we needed something to treat weeds, and we needed something to put another application of fertilizer down. We don't absolutely need, wow, turning radius on this. So we don't absolutely need to get a trailer. We can always drive here. So necessities first, and then we start expanding, and then we can start getting things that are nice to have. Since we will be driving back and forth multiple times here, we will start with the field farthest away from the store. I'm assuming 4,542 liters isn't going to be enough for all 5, and I think that's a pretty safe assumption. These are pretty good sized fields, but it is herbicide, so it might last a little bit longer than I expect, which would be beautiful. And it's getting late, so we'll try to get as much of this done today as possible. We might have to go into April 2nd, but I have a feeling we'll get it done pretty quickly with this piece of equipment. So here we are at field 9. Definitely going to use the steering assist because I don't believe we'll be able to see the difference, but we'll find out here. We might actually. Big width here. Wow, what a beast. What a beast this is. This is awesome. Go ahead and cruise forward once we're going straight. Oh, we will be able to tell. This is nice. Okay, so it takes away that fertilized color. So we'll be able to see where we've been and where we need to go. Maybe we won't need to rely completely on steering assist, and the herbicide's dropping super slow, so that's already a win. All right, let's bust some of these out. With only 7% of capacity used, we're done with the first 3 fields, so I overestimated the amount we're going to use, which is completely fine. We'll have this herbicide for years at this point, but we're going to go ahead and just cruise on into this next field. And I didn't think that the steering assist was going to quite pick up, but we'll get it done. It'll eventually trigger over to this field. Otherwise, we could just do it ourselves, reset it up as well. But yeah, this is crazy. I even slowed down to 20 miles an hour instead of full speed that it lets us go. But yeah, let's get this set up. Yeah, and away we go. This field shouldn't take long either. And then we just have the one across the road to do. Man, the right equipment makes these big fields not feel as big. Yeah, man, piece of cake to do these fields. We got another one done. We're going to start at the skinny end of field 6. A little concerned. I know we removed the fences, but that doesn't mean we're still going to fit with the trees and everything. And I'm really impressed because we still have daylight. But yeah, one field to go. And that's all we can do on April 1st. So super skinny over here. So we'll back in. Inactive. Okay. So it deactivated our steering assist. And I don't know if we're even going to really be able to use it on this field. Let's go ahead and cruise forward, and hopefully there's no collisions with the trees. We'll stay over here, but let's go ahead and stop right there and see if we can get that course now. No. All right. I think we're on our own. I think it's because the width isn't big enough, but we should be fine. We can handle it. And if we can't, then we should probably play a different game. But look at that. It's going to get the whole back skinny area. So we just have to worry about the front up here. A little close to the trees. Should be good. cruising along. Could probably adjust the width of the spraying as well, though I don't know if this one does that. And just that little section up there that you can see, this is pretty efficient. Efficient farming here. Yeah, I miss big equipment. This is a blast. We'll get there on Cattle Ranch. We'll have equipment like this eventually. All done with anything and everything we can do on April 1st. And we will put this away in the barn. We will not need it until next month when we'll unload the herbicide and clip through the walls. Nice. That's hilarious. But this bad boy and me are going to do a live stream, and we're probably going to grab, well, we're definitely going to grab a few contracts. All right, I'm back. We're back from the live stream. It was fun. It was a blast. We got a good contract done, about, I think it was $64,000. So you can see the account is now sitting at a lovely $218,000. And it is May. Working on liquid fertilizer here. We're putting it down on the ground to get our second application. Doing the big field first this time around. And we'll probably, potentially, skip through this because we just sprayed every field. But we got some other things to get to. And you can see where we did some different directions. The crops look a little weird there, but it's okay. It'll all harvest fine. We do still need to get a grain header for the soybeans. Got a comment saying, you know, they are called grain headers. I do know that. Got a bad habit picked up by a friend that calls it bean header. Calls them bean headers because they mostly do soybeans where they're from. And boy, the fog is intense right here. But yeah, we'll bust out getting all of this fertilizer done. And then we got something else we're going to do. Wow, fog, to get us to the next harvest. And there's the first field done, and I am happily remembering that fertilizer goes a long ways compared to lime. But you can see that field's pretty well done. We're going to head over to the skinny field and do it next. But we should be able to do all these fields with this one tank of fertilizer. And with this one not picking up the course, this will be a little more trouble for me to figure out, but we'll get it done. Should be able to get this whole pass down here in one go like we did with the herbicide. Not hit the trees. I don't know if there's even collision on the wings here, but just in case there is, we'll stay away from the tree line. Bust this out. And we've gotten the soybean fields done. So now just climbing this little ditch here to get over to the cornfields. And we'll get some fertilizer put down here as well. And then I think we just might populate this building in front of us. And now for these crops, it's time to just wait till the fall. It's where we can harvest them. Fertilizer is put down on all 5 fields. I've gone ahead and leased this mower because I don't know exactly what I want to do as far as equipment for this yet. So we're going to cut this area. We're going to lease a tedder, lease a windrower, and lease something to create some bales. Because I just don't know what kind of equipment I want yet. So that's what we're going to do. And I don't know if this area is even going to be big enough to create a bunch for the cattle that I want to buy. So maybe we start with just a couple. But this is definitely an implement that I struggle with the side implements. And we'll try not to hit the fence here, but it should be a decent amount of bales that we can get and turn into hay. We don't have to do TMR. You know, it's not necessarily required, especially since we're not really worried about them generating any milk. We'll get some beef cattle, and I think we'll go from there. So let's get this done, and then we'll get the tedder. And now that I see this field, it's not as large as I originally thought it was, but it might be a start until we can afford one of these alfalfa fields in town. Boy, this feels like overkill of a tractor for this, though. I think that'll do pretty good. There's a little spot up here that I do want to cut just to get a little more hay. But yeah, we'll get a tedder next, get it over here, get this all tedded up. And we probably don't have to go too large because of how small the area is. Be easier with a smaller one. But we'll get this returned and get that started right away. All right, so I did elect to go with a bigger boy here. We'll just back it up as much as we can, not try to lose too much. Lower it, fire it off. Yeah, look at that color change. Get some hay going here in Iowa. Just up and down. This was a good decision, I think. So all the tedding's done. We'll get this returned and get the windrower next. We're flying through this process. I did elect to go with a smaller windrower here because just to save some money. And I was a little worried about the big one being able to even fit, but now I'm kind of regretting. And away we go on the baler. I did use the default size, which I should have adjusted, but we already got started, so we'll just deal with that. And we'll get the John Deere over here, the little John Deere, to move these bales up to the cattle barn. They do have a good amount of meadow as well, so we'll see how long it lasts. I think we're going to buy a couple babies, and we'll just let them grow up, reproduce, and sell them at peak price, and we'll just use them as beef cattle based on the type of barn we have, because we can't produce milk, as we mentioned. I think it'll be a wise decision. It's a long play. We're going to have to go through a lot of years in this playthrough, so it makes sense. Ooh, struggling to pick up the hay, though. And finishing up here, not a ton of bales, like we mentioned, but it'll definitely get us started with the cattle, and we'll figure out later on if we burn through all of this food. Let's go ahead and shut it off. Let's unload everything that's in here. And then, yeah, I do have the unload partial bales. So we'll be able to get all of that and return the baler. I believe it was just 4 bales, but let's go get the John Deere with the front loader so we can move these over to the cattle barn and get a couple babies in here. Actually, I think it was 5 bales. Yeah, not bad. There's those 3. There's one at the top of the field and this one right here hiding in the shadows. We'll grab this one first. I think we might attempt to take 2 at a time. So this John Deere is definitely proving to be useful still. That's why we didn't sell it originally. We haven't sold any of our tractors yet. We might end up selling the whites. I haven't decided yet. There we go. Yeah, that'll hold. That'll hold. Go ahead and cruise up the hill. Drop them off where we think they need to go. I think it's inside the barn. And I can't remember if it'll let me deposit this without having any animals in there, or if we have to buy them first, but we'll find out here in a second. Could have cut this area as well, but we can do that later on if we need the feed. All right, so we should just cruise inside here, and that should be all we have to do to get this food deposited. It is taking it perfect. There we go. All 5 bales have been deposited in the cattle barn. This just leaves one thing to do. We can hold 122, but I don't think we could feed that many. They do have 12,000 of meadow. Let's hop in here. So we're gonna go with the baby Angus. I'm gonna go with 4. $1,400. Not bad. We got some babies. Be nice to get some straw in here as well, but I don't think we have a way to make manure. Let's go find these babies. These calves. Where are they at? Tall grass. You're in there somewhere. Can you breathe down there? There's one hopping around. The grass is so tall. But we will check on them next time, make sure everything's going good with the cattle and that the food is going to last a while. That's everything I wanted to do in today's episode. Pretty productive day on Monteith. I'm SoxWayUp. I'll catch you next time.